What inspired you to adopt the spiritual life?
I think when I take knowledge. When I take knowledge, at the time I was a school teacher, and what inspires me is the bondage-free life. I like the bondage-free life in the sense that I can decide my life. I shouldn't be dictated or under anyone's control. That freedom in my logic life makes me take up this spiritual life. And secondly, one sanskara I have, or one nature I have, I know I like to read a lot. See, the thing is, Baba's knowledge really strikes me because it's so easy, so simple compared to the scriptures we have to remember, the mantras you have to remember, slokas we have to remember. And Baba's knowledge is so simple, number one. Number two, easy to understand. Number three is practical. So I always go for knowledge where it's easy, practical, and then easy to apply in our life.
What does karma mean to you?
Well, karma, at the beginning, I like many people out there, we have a wrong impression. Karma means suffering, correct? Karma means that you're destined to be in a bad position. After having taken Rajayoga knowledge, I have a clear picture of karma. Clear picture of karma in the sense that where we know automatically karma means action. But the question is how to do good actions. Many people say you have to do good actions. But the question how to do good action and how to sustain these good actions. That I find this answers to karma very much in Rajayoga knowledge. So Rajayoga knowledge teach me not only to perform good actions, but even to cut away the negative actions. Not even think. The thing Rajayoga goes to the very importance, goes to the mind level. It goes to the mind level, it goes deep into the mind and the soul. Because I think important is when we talk about action, sometimes we external, no? We say speak good, do good. But the question is at the back of doing good and speaking good, something internal. That I think the Brahma Kumari's Rajayoga teach me is that the root cause of good karma or bad karma, it goes right up to the soul level, the mind level. That I think many teachings are not really focused on that. And Brahma Kumari's Rajayoga focus very much on the deep aspects of karma. That is, to the soul level, to the mind level.
Why food prepared at home is better than outside food?
Well, I was not a vegetarian. When I came, I was taking a non-veggie, but I'm not a great meat eater. But I think that when I came to Rajayoga, I find that to sustain my meditation, okay, to have a clear mind, a clear intellect, I think food affects a lot. I tried that before meditation. Okay, when I start the process of meditation, that time I'm still non-vegetarian. Non-vegetarian meditate. I find that the effect is very little. Then I try the other side of that, vegetarian and meditate. The effect is tremendous. A big jump in your experiences. I think cooking food at home is. I just share one very very important secret because I normally used to share with the students back home everywhere I go. You see, once upon a time, the family are very united. Correct? We have extended family back home many years back, and the family very united, very loving, simply because the mothers cook home cooked food, and the mothers cook food with so much of love. Correct? So much of love, and the family members who take the food, whether husband, whether the siblings, whether the children, you find that the relationship between each other is very good. So that's why home cooked food this affects very much the harmony in the home, very much affects the relationship between members of the family. Whereas nowadays, I think not only in India, I think everywhere in the world nowadays, we have people are so dependent on external food, whether restaurants outside, stores outside. Okay, you name it. There's so many stores. We always say in Chinese that next to God is food. People worship God, but now people also worship food a lot. But not knowing that outside food, one thing is not so clean, not so hygienic, definitely. But important, we believe very much that when I come to Brahma Kumari's Rajayoga, that food just contain vibrations and feelings in the food. And vibrations and feelings of food will definitely affect your mind very much. Sometimes you think that body should be healthy, correct? When we take good food, body healthy. But very few of us also should understand that the mind should be healthy. The mind should be healthy, the soul should be healthy. And to have healthy mind, healthy soul, I think very important is vegetarianism. This affects the state of mind. When the state of mind is affected, the actions are affected, karma is affected. So I think the whole philosophy of food under Brahma Kumaris is so logical and so sort of practical that home cooked food, one thing. Secondly, vegetarian food just affects the mind and soul.
How many years are you practicing Rajayoga meditation?
I came back in 1980, end of 84. So that means now I think practically exactly 40 years. I practiced Raja Yoga for 40 years.
What does spirituality mean to you?
I think spirituality makes you a person who is more humane, a person who is more understanding, a person who's able to really relate to others. And spirituality also means that other than dependent on your livelihood of the body and other than taking care of the body, I think spirituality makes us to take care of yourself more. That means we always say that self-care, when you care yourself well, you're able to care for others. Sometimes in Brahma Kumaris, we use the word self-change will lead to world change. So I can't change others. It's okay. But finally, ultimately, I think people will see the change in you, then they will change. So the philosophy in spirituality that I learned from Brahma Kumari is self-change will lead to world change.
Which aspect of Brahma Kumaris you like the most?
I like meditation. Actually, two aspects that because I'm also a teacher of Brahma Kumari's knowledge, I think two things that people like when they come to our center. In fact, all the centers back in India, around the world, two things when they like. The moment they step into Brahma Kumari center, they find the vibrations are very good. Atmosphere is good. And people have problems, they sit for a while and you find that they're so peaceful. And I think the first thing I like very much is the atmosphere of the center. You see, atmosphere of a center is just like spiritual aircon. You see, the physical air conditioner, when you step into any room where there's AC, correct? You think better, you can plan better. In the same case that spirituality or meditation actually gives you a spiritual aircon. So first thing, vibrations, you create a very good vibrations at your workplace, at your home, in your room. I think a lot of people have insomnia. When you create such a good vibration at the home, they can sleep better. And the second thing I like very much of Brahma Kumari is the knowledge, the morning classes, the Murali classes. And these classes are very powerful. These classes is actually the basic change, the basic foundation for us to change. I come across a lot of people who are alcoholics, who are smokers, who are drug addicts for many, many years. And when they take up this Raja Yoga, Brahma Kumari's Raja Yoga knowledge, you can see the instant change in them. So that means this knowledge is so powerful that it goes right to the heart of the soul. It goes right to the sanskaras of the soul, that this knowledge can break the cyclic habit, the bad habits of the soul. So pretty short that I like the atmosphere and the knowledge in Brahma Kumaris.
How does power of silence help?
Well, I think silence, what I learned from Brahma Kumari, silence is not only physical silence, but I think most important is also mental silence, because you can have physical silence, not talking, but deep inside the soul, deep inside the mind is still boiling, not contented and so much of desires. That is not real silence. So real silence I practice in Brahma Kumaris is two types of silence. Physical silence helps tremendously, but more important, the mental silence, the inner silence. So external silence is one level, but the inner silence is more important. And to have the inner silence, we need two things. We need meditation, we need knowledge. As a meditation and knowledge taught by Brahma Kumari's Raja Yoga helps very much to develop inner silence. Om Shanti.